ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
He was one of San Diego's most infamous killers. Craig Pyre is locked up for the murder of Kara Knott in 1986. And now Knott's family is concerned Pyre may be released because of COVID-19. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kimberly Hunt.
And I'm Steve Atkinson. Our ABC 10 News reporter Anthony Pyre reached out to the California Department of Corrections for clarification about this case.
At this time, the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation say there are no plans to expedite the release of Craig Pyre. But Kara Knott's family already taking action, writing the governor asking he not be released. This is a picture of Craig Pyre from the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. The former CHP officer is behind bars for the 1986 murder of 20-year-old Kara Knott. On social media, Knott's family says they recently received news that Pyre could be released early from prison. In a letter to the governor, Knott's family says they've learned inmates are being released from Pyre's prison because of COVID-19. In the letter written by Knott's sister, she asked the governor not to release Pyre, saying this is precisely not a person who deserves to be released early from prison for humanitarian reasons. Officer Pyre showed no mercy when he murdered my sister.
He committed a betrayal of trust that has been unmatched in San Diego history, at my judgment.
10 News spoke with Paul Finkst over the phone. He was the prosecutor who tried the case. He says Pyre was on duty and in uniform when he encountered Knott. She was beaten, strangled, and her body thrown over a bridge. He says releasing Pyre would be unthinkable.
And if we don't have room for him in prison because of a risk that he might catch a disease that all of us have a risk to catch, I think that would be a grievous mistake.
Anthony Pyre, ABC 10 News.
Police fired tear gas and rubber bullets to disperse the crowd on this third night of protests over the shooting of a black man by officers in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Police responded with force tonight after some protesters threw water bottles and fireworks over a fence at a courthouse. The family of the man shot on Sunday, Jacob Blake, says he is paralyzed. The exact series of events are not yet clear, but Blake was shot in the back after scuffling with police and trying to get into his SUV where his 3 children were. Police have only said they were responding to a domestic dispute.
Tonight, Southwestern College hosted a forum to ask how campus police can better serve their students. The campus police chief says that they have had a few complaints, but is open to having a department oversight committee. It's been almost a year since the viral video of a campus officer slamming a black student to the ground for misusing a handicapped parking space. An investigation by the school found that the officer did act appropriately. Governing Board President Nora Vargas says that going forward, any major policy changes need to be student-led.
We want to make sure that every student that comes to our campus is treated with dignity, with respect, and feels safe.
Some policy changes that were suggested include having officers go through conflict de-escalation training and creating a board to oversee the department.
And Chula Vista is hiring 6 new police officers after voting on a resolution to use funds from the U.S. Justice Department. Tonight, the City Council approved the resolution, which grants them $750,000. The grant does require the department hire at least 1 officer that's a veteran. Councilmember Steve Padilla said that public safety is the top priority.
Now for night 2 of the Republican National Convention, and First Lady Melania Trump took center stage and made the case for voters to give her husband another 4 years. But as ABC's Andrew Dembert reports, it was another speech tonight generating some controversy.
At the Republican National Convention, it was First Lady Melania Trump's turn to step into the political spotlight. Speaking from the White House Rose Garden she helped renovate.
We have not forgotten the incredible people who were willing to take a chance on the businessmen who had never worked in politics.
Her speech championing confidence in her husband and the American dream.
He's not a traditional politician. He doesn't just speak words. He demands action, and he gets results.
Senator Rand Paul from Kentucky also headlining night 2 of the RNC. But in an unprecedented address, America's top diplomat, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, speaking to the convention from Israel.
I have a big job as Susan's husband and Nick's dad. Susan and Nick are more safe, and their freedom's more secure, because President Trump has put his America First vision into action.
Pompeo is the first sitting Secretary of State in modern times to deliver a speech at a party's political convention. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi accusing Republicans of blurring the line between politics and public service.
This is the wrong way to go.
For Republicans, Day 2's theme may have been America, Land of Opportunity, but the convention's tone was set on Day 1, with GOP speakers echoing grievances against the Democratic Party and a potential Biden presidency.
Don't let them destroy your families, your lives, and your future. Don't let them kill future generations because they told you and brainwashed you and fed you lies that you weren't good enough.
Not all was an affront to the Democratic Party, though. Two of the highest profile speakers on opening night were Republicans of color, former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley and South Carolina Senator Tim Scott, telling their personal stories.
Our family went from cotton to Congress in one lifetime. And that's why I believe the next American century can be better than the last.
Now, there was one speaker, Marianne Mendoza, who was dropped from the lineup after sharing anti-Semitic conspiracy theories on Twitter. Mendoza is a member of the Trump Campaign Advisory Board. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, Washington.
And you can continue to watch the Republican convention right here on ABC 10 tomorrow through Thursday. You're going to watch ABC 10 News at 4, 5, and 6, followed by World News with David Muir, and then live coverage of the convention at 7 o'clock.
New at 11 o'clock, the CEO of Del Mar Fairgrounds is retiring after 27 years. Tim Fennell's announcement comes as the fairgrounds struggles to survive during the pandemic. It lost 90% of its revenue when large events were canceled, and more than half of full-time employees will be laid off in October. Fennell asked the governor for $20 million in emergency funding. Deputy General Manager Carlene Moore will serve as interim CEO.
Lower temperatures and weaker winds are helping firefighters get a handle on those deadly wildfires burning across Northern California. More than 650 fires, many of them sparked by lightning, have burned more than 1 million acres since August the 15th. The fires have killed 7 people and destroyed more than 1,400 buildings. The 2 larger fires, one near San Jose and another west of Sacramento, are now among the state's 3 largest wildfires in recorded history.
Turning now to our weather, the humidity is falling. The temperatures are rising, though, in parts of the county. Meteorologist Angelica Campos is joining us now with a look at the dangerous heat that some may experience before this next cool down. Angelica.
Hi, Kim, that's right. And actually, today's the first day since August 14th that we didn't have monsoonal thunderstorms. So it has been very active over the last 10 days. As we look now at the current conditions, temperatures at 71 degrees at 11 o'clock at night in Poway, 70 in Escondido, 70 in Vista, 74 in downtown San Diego, and also in Chula Vista. We do have an excessive heat warning in effect until 8 p.m. for our deserts, with temperatures trending up to 10 degrees above normal through the end of the week. But the cool down is coming this weekend with much lower humidity. We'll have much more in your 7-day forecast.
They're meeting the most disengaged families and providing them with more support.
COVID-19 outreach in the Latino community is getting a boost after the county partnered with Promotoras community members who will now do the contact tracing. The goal is to lower the high number of cases among Latinos, who are the most affected group in San Diego County. Our ABC 10 News reporter Laura Acevedo shows us what the outreach will look like.
These promotoras are bilingual, and the hope is that the community will feel more comfortable sharing the information needed for contact tracing and slowing the spread of COVID-19.
Yo soy promotora de SAOB Community Services.
They are members of the communities where they will be working.
The community sees us as the eyes, the ears, and the heart of the community.
Seen as someone the community can trust, someone they turn to when they need information.
That's why the county is really, hoping that this is going to be one of our strongest strategies.
That is why the county turned to promotoras, which literally means promoters. They are bilingual community health workers tasked with contact tracing in English and Spanish, reaching out to the close contacts of positive COVID-19 cases.
But we're just making sure, hey, how are you feeling? Have you been tested yet? You know, are you showing any of these symptoms?
The promotoras will focus on underserved communities and Latino neighborhoods. Latinos make up almost 63% of COVID-19 cases in the county, but make up only 34% of the population.
Because if we can be a part of stopping that and reducing the spread of COVID, it will be just a great thing that we achieve.
All of the promotoras received hours of training and are certified contact tracers ready to get to work.
We are feeling very excited and we just can't hardly wait to start doing it.
17 promotoras with South Bay Community Services will officially start on September 1st. They are also working in partnership with San Diego State. Laura Acevedo, ABC 10 News.
And here are the latest numbers on the coronavirus in San Diego County. 267 new cases were reported today, bringing the total to just under 37,000.